Friends since junior high, sweethearts during their college years, Tiffany and Scotty Smiley wed after he completed his studies at West Point.
I was married on December 20th of 2003 and unfortunately had to leave my wife for 2 months to attend Ranger School. We were finally able to move back, not move back, but move in together. We lived together for about 5 months before I deployed to Iraq. My plans when I deployed to Iraq was not only to do the best job that I could, but was to make a positive difference. And I know I was a bit scared before I deployed, a bit nervous. We'd heard a lot of the tragedies that were continually occurring, and I wanted to survive, but I wanted to make an impact the best way that I knew how.
There were hard days where I really had to seek and ask God to give me the peace to get me through the day, to protect Scotty and his men and all they were doing. But they were there in Mosul. It was a very, very tough time.
We headed north on one of the main supply routes, main avenue of approach, and I was the lead vehicle and spotted the vehicle, the suspicious vehicle that was described over the net. And the only real thing that we could do was cordon him off. And so I was parked about 25 yards just to his south. I took 2 shots. I shot 2 rounds out of my rifle in front of his vehicle, and then my world went black.
He said, you know, Scotty's been hurt really bad. You know, shrapnel in his eyes. We don't know if he's even gonna make it. And then this very stoic, strong leader of a man, you know, broke down and just started sobbing on the phone. And that's when I was just, it hit me. I'm like, this is real. And I kind of was numb for a little while. I mean, I thought our life was ruined over. Nothing was gonna be the same. Everything I knew as normal was stripped from me. And I was having a really hard time. I was in turmoil and like struggling, kind of fighting and praying. And this moment, it's like the peace that surpasses all understanding came over me. And it was real. It's something I would have never felt or known if I wouldn't have gone through this, I don't think.
While his wife was at peace with his injury, Captain Smiley was still dealing with anger, resentment, and frustration, eventually lashing out and denying God.
My wife had married a strong Christian man, and she was perfectly fine with being still married to a strong Christian man that was blind, but she had a lot of, she didn't want to be married to a non-Christian man who was blind. And she went back to her room, got on her hands and knees, and just really began to pray to the Lord that I would ask God for forgiveness for denying him.
Tiffany never left Scotty's side through his long recovery.
And I was with him every day. And there were definitely frustrating times for both of us during that time. At one point I remember telling Scotty, I love you, but I do not like you right now. You're driving me crazy. And
I did my best.
Through the love and prayers of his wife and family, Scotty Smiley accepted his injury and embraced God's chosen path.
Tiffany is one of the best things in my life, that she has blessed me and honored me with marriage and her love. I couldn't ask for anything better that God could have given me. And so it's difficult to not to be able to see her, but it's just amazing to be loved by her and just to be cherished in an amazing way.
6 years after losing his sight, Captain Smiley is the father of 2, an athlete, and the first blind active duty commander in the U.S. Army. He's won many honors, including the Army Times Soldier of the Year. His wife says they've gained something much greater than honors and accolades.
It's a blessing because of the experiences that I've had with God. Just, I wouldn't trade it for anything. The stuff that I'd always read about in the Bible, the people that I'd always read about, the peace that surpasses all understanding, all of that became real to me. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. Like, that's a gift, I feel like, that the Lord has given me to just my walk with Him and how it's grown, and just to know that He's here with us. It doesn't matter what happens. This life isn't the end. It's a blessing to have that peace. And so that's probably the biggest blessing that I've gained through all of this.